Welcome to Studio Spotlight, a series where our creative studio shares the process of brand building. It follows framework used to design insight-based brands that align with business goals, transcending the space of pretty and functional. We will be working with Nas Sovereign, an internet and software enterprise data and compliance architecture company. To end the equation, delivery. Good morning, executive team. I'm Maha. Before we walk through the visual system, let us establish the strategic compass. We have developed two foundational artifacts that will guide every design decision moving forward. First, the Almanac, a distilled brand standards reference that captures the brand's visual DNA at a glance. The logo, the palette, the typography, and the texture. This is the executive summary of the brand system, the instantly accessible guide that ensures consistency across every application. It houses the full depth of brand governance across multiple volumes. Second, the Identityscape, a comprehensive brand ecosystem map. It visualizes how the core promise, the X factor of regulatory gravity, cascades into every customer touchpoint. It connects the value proposition, preventing regulatory failures before they happen, to the emotional drivers of trust, security, confidence, and relief. Think of it as the architectural blueprint for the control culture brand. Now, imagine a global enterprise expanding across borders, confident in their data strategy, yet one overlooked clause in a foreign privacy law threatens to trigger a cascade of fines and reputational collapse. Nas Sovereign eliminates that possibility. Today, we translate the strategic foundation into a visual system. Let us walk through the pillars, starting with the anchor. The Identityscape begins with the logo, the visual keystone of authority. Moving away from generic tech icons, we developed the Sovereign Seal. It is a geometric mark that fuses a central data node with concentric jurisdictional rings, directly visualizing the X factor, regulatory gravity. It does not spin, glow, or animate frivolously. It sits with weight and permanence. This mark signals that Nas Sovereign is not a fleeting software tool, but a permanent institutional guardian of global data flow. Next, typography, the audible tone of authority, clearly codified in the Almanac. We selected a tiered system that mirrors the audit's demand for professional precision. For headlines, IBM Plex Sans, strong, modern, and institutional. They command attention without shouting. For dense body copy, Inter ensures readability under the cognitive load need-based customers carry daily. Moving to colors, the palette is engineered to evoke stability, not trend, and is a central pillar of both the Identityscape and the Almanac. Sovereign Navy is the foundation. It grounds every application in trust and institutional confidence. Regulatory gravity represents the weight and structure of governance. Sentinel Silver signals cold, neutral intelligence. Signal Cyan is the only active pulse. It represents the real-time monitoring that prevents failures. Compliance Gold accents the premium value the brand protects. Secure White brings clarity and breathing room to dense regulatory environments. Together, they make customers feel exactly what the audit prescribed: trust, security, confidence, and relief. Now, let us examine logo application across critical touchpoints, governed by the usage guidelines established in the Identityscape. In presentations, the Sovereign Seal anchors every slide. This ensures that even in fast-scrolling feeds, the brand is never mistaken for a consumer tech brand. It is the serious, authoritative voice for serious, need-based customers. Finally, the physical expression, texture. The brand lives in the tactile world of frosted glass, brushed aluminum, and dark stone, all documented within the Identityscape as non-negotiable material choices. There is no glossy plastic or cheap gradients. These materials feel vault-like, permanent, and engineered. They are paired with thin-line architectural grids and soft illuminated interfaces, so every surface looks like the interior of a sovereign command center. This is not designed for aesthetics alone. It is engineered to reinforce the promise of business continuity in an increasingly complex regulatory landscape. To close, let's synthesize all of this. The Identityscape provides the strategic blueprint. The Almanac codifies the execution. Together, they ensure that every element we reviewed today, the logo, the typography, the colors, the logo applications for presentations and social media, and the texture, works as a unified system. This is sovereign intelligence in its entirety, built for the control culture brand the audit defined. The brand speaks to need-based customers with a tone that is professional and authoritative, delivering the emotional drivers they demand: trust, security, confidence, and relief. Nas Sovereign is the invisible force preventing regulatory failures before they happen. I am Mom. This is Nas Sovereign. I hope we are ready for your sign-off.
For more content like this, subscribe and like to stay in tune with the conversation.